If these creatures were not filmed, no one would have believed it. Get ready to witness the unthinkable.
Let's get the hell out of here. What the hell? What the hell?
Because these strange creatures that got caught on camera will leave you shocked. In Texas, a man on his balcony noticed something unusual on the road and quickly took out his phone to record. As he zoomed in, he was shocked to see a small human-like figure with an alien-like face and an unusual body. The creature suddenly stood up and ran toward him in a bizarre, unnatural manner. Panicked and confused, the man ended up dropping his phone. This incident left him and the viewers wondering if creatures from other worlds or different dimensions might be entering our realm of reality. Levitating creature. A man was staying at a hotel in Texas with his colleagues, and as he stepped out of his room to get some fresh air, it took an unexpected turn as he saw something unusual. A strange creature emerged from the room across the hall, appearing to flee from something behind it. Suddenly, it started flying into the air, and then seemed to have strange fits. The creature noticed the man recording it, but didn't seem to care, and quickly moved behind a pillar. When the man went to check, the creature had vanished, leaving the man shocked and questioning the nature of reality. Strange old lady. Two friends went out at night to take a walk around the block. Pretty soon, they lost track of time and saw this on the road. A strange old woman with a big head and body, tiny thin legs and hands, and she seemed to be walking in a very bizarre way. This strange creature had limbs like a human, but its body and head were nothing human-like. Shocked and scared, they started running towards their home without thinking whether that creature followed them or not. Good for them that it didn't. Crawling figure in fields. A girl was driving her car home from work when she took a shortcut through an abandoned road. She had an accident and her car skidded off the road into the fields. She was trying to move it when she suddenly saw a strange scene. She saw a creature having a human-like figure crawling on all fours. The creature saw the girl and then disappeared into the field. This left the girl breathless, and she started rushing towards the road to call for help. It must have made her realize that sometimes it's best to take the long way home. Bizarre encounter. A group of friends went out to do research for a project in a field at night. They were recording it when their camera suddenly captured something so unsettling that it left them uneasy.
Let's get the hell out of here.
They saw a man, but his figure wasn't like that of a normal person. He was thinner and lacked human features.
No! Run! Run!
And as soon as he noticed the camera and the boy holding it, he started running toward them in a strange way.
What the hell?
Good call that they quickly fled the field and headed for the main road, but they were terrified and in shock.
What the hell?
Strange sighting. A group of friends went to the forest for camping, but a strange sighting left them stunned. A strange creature was lurking near an old cave. The witnesses managed to capture the footage of the creature, which appeared to have an alien-like head. It was not moving much, and had a pea-like head which was moving left and right. Along with that, strange voices could also be heard from within the forest. Later, a strange sort of light emerged in the forest that took that creature to another portal. What was that creature? And what did it want? No one knows, but tell us what you guys think. Crack of the unknown. A local had a bizarre encounter, and I'm sure this surreal incident will leave you shocked as well. He was going somewhere in Russia when suddenly, an unexplained crack appeared on the road. This crack bursted the earth open, and a strange flying creature emerged out of it. It instantly began heading straight towards the car, and smashed into it. Unfortunately, the dashcam failed to record anything further that happened. Although no one could know what happened next, some believe it took over the guy's vehicle, but what actually happened still remains unknown. Dancing of Unknown. An adventurer went on a forest trip with his friends to enjoy, but a sight left him bewildered. At the top of the tree, a small woman-like creature seemed to be dancing in the air, casting some sort of spell. While observing this sight, he felt an otherworldly energy from this creature. It suddenly went into the branches of the tree, and later, some weird voices were heard from far away, like kids shouting or crying. This connection with the mystical world left the viewer wondering what secret lies hidden in the heart of the forest. Eight-legged nightmare.
Groza in panika je preplavila Rogozničane, ko so pred seboj zagledali šok.
At the beach, people were having the time of their lives when they saw a huge, monstrous spider emerging from a nearby mountain.
Groza in panika je preplavila Rogozničane, ko so pred seboj zagledali šok.
People were asked to evacuate the area as soon as possible. Military forces arrived on the scene, deploying helicopters to assess the situation. The spider seemed to get angry at this. Interviews of people at the beach were taken, and they seemed to be shocked and scared by this monster spider. The incident had left the community shaken, with many trying to process what they had witnessed.
Groza in panika je preplavila Rogozničane, ko so pred seboj zagledali šok.
The hidden inhabitants. A wildlife photography channel set up a trail camera in a forest in Africa to observe animal behavior and their movements. However, they were shocked when they reviewed the footage the next day. The camera had captured a few human-like figures. Two creatures were moving around. One was carrying something in its mouth, similar to how a cat carries a kitten dot. They walked briskly past the camera and seemed to notice it, but they continued their activities. The team speculated that they were strange creatures from another world, but their true identity remained unknown. Are there really such creatures living among us, sharing the same space as we do? Now that's a scary thought, right? Blank face of woods. In the dark night of summer, a person was wandering in the forest when he saw something truly unexpected. After hearing an unfamiliar voice from a distance, he went to investigate as curiosity got the better of him. He then noticed a moving object and saw a human-shaped figure standing there. The scary part? Its head was completely blank. It had no features except eyes. And this strange human figure also seemed to have eye contact with the guy, and then within blink of an eye, it disappeared. Like it wasn't even there. Where had the creature gone? That still remains a mystery. Four limbs creature. A person heard strange noises coming from outside of his house, as if someone was moving around. So he decided to check the CCTV footage and found a disturbing sight. A strange, human-like creature was seen walking on all fours around the house. This creature resembled a human, but it moved like a dog. What shocked him even more was that the creature appeared on multiple cameras around the house, roaming on all fours. Believing this to be some kind of paranormal activity, the owner later left the house the very next day. But the question remains, is that creature still at the house, or was it just passing by? Whispers from the unknown. Some paranormal investigators heard that Evergreen Cemetery in Judsonia was haunted by a girl who lost her baby and was buried there. When they went to explore, they heard strange cries. So they decided to stay outside and send in a drone instead to capture what was going on. At first, nothing was visible. But later, a woman appeared, sitting near a grave. As soon as the drone captured this, the woman suddenly ran off and disappeared. Even after scanning the entire cemetery, nothing else was found. This footage terrified the investigators even more and left everyone wondering, do souls really wander our world searching for what they lost? Or are these just myths? The Faceless Stranger. A boy was piloting his drone above the fields from the roof of an abandoned house when his drone captured something really weird and disturbing. He saw a very strange, human-like figure walking from one pillar to another of a shelter, and then, all of a sudden, it disappeared behind it. The boy waited for that figure to come out and see if his eyes had played a trick on him, but the creature never came out. And so its identity still remains unclear. But one thing was clear, that boy would never forget what he saw. Lady of Canak Chase. In a forest near Canak Chase, there were tales about a black-eyed girl that lived there. One day, when a person was capturing the beauty of that forest from top, he saw a strange, human figure with a black face. There were no features, and its costume, or rather its body, was white. It stood near a tree, completely motionless. Till now, those were just tales and rumors. But this drone actually confirmed the existence of this creature. But the question is, what this creature was exactly? Some sort of paranormal presence? Or something else entirely? Man or frog? A doorcam of an old abandoned house near a hill recorded a shocking video. When the house owner came back after a long while, he was stunned to see that there were 4 men sitting on a small wall near his house. Suddenly, they jumped and were later seen hopping like a frog. After 2 minutes, they disappeared, never to be seen again. This video obviously went viral and left viewers with so many questions about these strange creatures. Some believe them to be paranormal creatures, while others claim they were just some unconscious guys. Cave terror. Some researchers were searching a cave in a forest near a town, and as they went into the cave to explore, something else awaited them. Following a loud growling voice, something came out running towards them at full speed. It made them jump out of their skin. They tried to run away, but their legs felt heavy and they started losing their breath. Finally, they got out of the cave. Their camera couldn't record the proper video. That's why it's still not clear what actually attacked them. However, it seemed to be some sort of animal running on 2 legs like a human, but growling like a bear. The Cave Mystique. A tourist in Vietnam decided to explore caves, as this country was quite famous for them. And while he was flying his drone, he ended up capturing this creepy sight. He spotted a strange being with 2 limbs and 2 horns peering out of the cave. The entity had limbs like a goat and seemed to be watching the flying device. Its full body wasn't visible as it was hiding in the shadows behind the cave's opening. But then it suddenly disappeared deeper into the cave. So the next time you plan to visit caves, keep in mind, this creature is still out there. Tread carefully. Smoke or figures. A person was enjoying some fresh air on the roof of his house when he saw a weird thing and captured it. He saw 3 giant human-shaped figures that seemed to be more like made of smoke. The kind which was shaped like a jellyfish later disappeared in the air. After that, the figure also vanished, right along with it. People came up with theories of their own to figure these creatures out. Some claimed they were mystical or paranormal beings, while others believed it to be just another trick. The beast in the bushes. A boy was taking a walk through a park. He spotted a monster with a lion-like head, but that didn't look like any animal he'd ever seen. It had a huge, scary body with sharp claws and teeth. When it locked eyes with him, his heart started racing. After a moment of intense staring, the monster suddenly jumped into the bushes and disappeared. The boy stood there, trembling and wondering if he really saw what he thought he did. Behind the caves, a group of students went to explore caves for a research project, but as they went inside the cave, they witnessed something so scary and terrifying that it shook them to their core. A pair of shiny eyes were staring at them, belonging to a creature never seen before. Their hearts started racing as the creature slowly started moving towards them, leaving a chill running down their spine. Quickly, they left the cave and ran until they reached their van and sped away. The Ghost Lady. A bunch of thrill seekers decided to explore a haunted property through a drone. They were not aware, however, of what awaited them. They saw a white, wired, human-shaped figure standing in the corner. When they brought their drone near to that figure, they realized it was some ghost lady standing there. The weird thing, though, was that the figure didn't respond even after seeing the flying object. It stood right there, and after a while, it just disappeared. Isolated man. A group of people went to explore the isolated tribe in the Amazon forest. After taking some shots and exploring the jungle, they made a startling discovery. They saw a man cutting down wood with his axe. His body was fully covered in leaves and he had a huge figure. He was so focused on his work that he didn't notice that someone was also there invading his privacy. This strange video is proof that there are people who are still living alone deep within the forests with their tribes and prefer the isolated life of woods over the hustle of the city or socialization. Person from other dimension. A neighborhood watcher was flying his drone across the town to monitor suspicious remote activity when he saw something unbelievable. He saw a person walking on the footpath. But the shocking part was that suddenly the person started running and then went poof, just disappeared. It seemed to be some sort of time traveler who opened a portal to another dimension and vanished. Some consider it unreal. I mean, how can a person just disappear like that, right? The hybrid. Two friends were going to have a holiday across the countryside when they saw some strange creature lying across the road. So they came out of their car to get a better look and examine what it was. It was pig-shaped and colored with a strange face. Some of its features resembled that of an alien with a tail and small limbs like that of an amphibian. But the more shocking thing about this creature was that it had a tag on it, which had a number. This begs the question whether this creature was the result of some sort of biological experiment gone wrong. Interdimensional intruder. A guy set up a camera in his room to prank his brother, but the prank backfired. After hiding the camera and stepping out, he heard strange noises from the garden and went to check through the window, but saw nothing. Later, he reviewed the camera footage and discovered some really unusual shots. The video showed 2 faint bangs outside the window, followed by an alien-like creature peering inside through the glass. The creature appeared twice before disappearing. Finally, it seemed as if beings from another planet had come to visit Earth, and chose this boy for the encounter. Roadside monster. A person was walking along a deserted road when his nightly walk took an unexpected turn. A bear-like monster emerged from the darkness and crossed the road. It was enormous and moved with an unnatural gait. The creature had 4 paws, and it pounded the ground as it moved from one side of the road to the other. Street dogs barked and howled at the creature. The monster then vanished into the darkness, leaving him questioning whether he had truly witnessed such a strange sight. This encounter left him deeply unsettled, and with more questions than ever. Big head creature. A botanist went into the forest to take some samples for his research. He had no idea that he was about to encounter a strange species that had never been seen before. He saw a strange and weird creature running from one tree to another. That creature seemed as if it didn't want to be seen. It rushed from one tree to another. It had a big alien-like head, but the rest of it was different. The botanist rushed back to his place, but this encounter made him question reality, as he could not figure out what he had just witnessed. The eyes in the night. A man installed cameras at the back of his house near the garage and heard strange noises coming from there. What the camera captured left him shaken. He saw a creature with shiny eyes peering through the tree branches. The creature was mostly hidden in the dark, with only its alien-shaped head and glowing eyes visible. It stared at the camera for a moment before disappearing into the trees. The footage served as a chilling reminder that many unexplained beings might still exist, and the creature's vanishing act left more questions than answers. Encounter in the shadows. A group of friends went camping in a forest and heard strange voices at night. So they grabbed their torch and camera to investigate and stumbled upon something inexplicable. They heard a low growling noise but couldn't locate its source. Suddenly, a humanoid figure emerged. The growling creature attacked them, its growls growing louder and more terrifying. In the darkness, they glimpsed its face but couldn't see much. So they fled back to their campsite and decided to leave the forest and all its secrets behind. Which was a good call. The tiny creature. While seeking thrills, a group of friends went to explore a deserted area. They were wandering around when they encountered something strange and creepy. They saw a tiny, thin creature with human-like hands and legs. Curious, they approached it, noticing its shiny eyes. As they got closer, the creature began to walk away in small steps and suddenly vanished into the bushes. Despite their search, they couldn't find it again. What was it, and what did it want? No one knows. The subscriber's pick. How many times have you come across strange creatures on your roof? Check out this video, which features something quite unusual. A man heard a strange noise coming from the roof, so he went outside to check it out. There, he saw a bizarre, alien-like creature with no visible hair and only pink, slimy skin. The creature's features were unclear, but as soon as it noticed the man recording, it fled the scene. A similar creature was spotted in Brazil, as shown in this video. A man heard some noises and went outside to investigate. To his surprise, he saw an alien-like creature lurking on the rooftop. The creature appeared distressed, moving back and forth across the roof. As it became darker, it was harder to see clearly. Eventually, the creature vanished into thin air, leaving many questions unanswered.